Alrighty, folks. So this one is going to be a little different, and it's a big hear me out. We are in Blackwing Lair, and we're going to ask whether or not Blackwing Lair could be turned into a Mythic Plus dungeon. And, well, we'll find out, but I think the answer might be yes. So we're going to look both at layout and bosses. So this boss, I would get rid of the mind control mechanic, but I would keep the egg mechanic. I would have one of them get close to hatching, as well as have other ads spawning, and you just need to kite the boss to the egg that's about to hatch and get him to blow it up with a frontal or something, or a fire breath, or, dragon shit. You know how it goes. Dragon shit. But you've already got a big open room, able to do a lot of big open room things. And since you've only got one tank, then you are better off just, forgoing the mind control mechanic entirely. Like, you can leave the orb there or something and try to make it a healer job, but there's enough healer jobs. Come on, man. I guess they're... Oh,
You are
got him.
persistent, aren't you? Your ally here attempted to match his power against mine.
Can I get these guys?
Price. Now he shall
Ha!
serve
Got him.
me by slaughtering you.
Veilstraws, no! Here, also, cut out all of this roleplay, because there's a lot of it. We're going to have plenty of time. Get up here, collect our goblin loot, jump on down, collect our other goblin loot, go hang out here. So you could probably redo this room. I don't know if you'd want to do the same thing where you get a dragon in execute phase, which, God, I know I'm playing a Death Knight now, but I have played Warrior since vanilla, and anything that starts out in execute phase is just such an incredibly fun fight for me. Just think how cool some of these weapons would look with just a higher res on them. Which I realized they already did, kind of with the weapon on my back, at least for the transmog. Here, we'll unsheath it here and get a little close. No, like that's the third version of that weapon at this point. So yeah, might be fun. Replace that with a goblin boss, maybe. Then we've got all these guys here. Now there is technically a trick, but it doesn't really work super well here anymore, I don't think. Where these guys are going to charge you and they'll knock you up into the deal. But I don't really think that's necessary. What I do think would actually work out really well. Yeah, we're just going to kill these guys. We're not going to worry about, I'm playing a Death Knight. I can't be slowed lower than 70%, so we are fine and dandy. But instead of having to deal with this particular room, I would just open up this gate. Not that this room is, well, no, let's be honest, this room's terrible. Like, if they wanted to, they could have something, but you cannot have a 20% movement speed in here needing to take a rogue or, I don't know, a blacksmith with skeleton keys or some other weird class doing Court of Stars bullshit where you're gonna need one of this particular thing. Of honestly a grouping is what it'd have to be. But, one of a group of characters that could turn these off, whether they be rogues or engineers or a blacksmith. you know, you, it would be no good. You cannot have this, you know, long and winding road here. But you don't really need it because you can have a door right there, which could mean losing out on one boss. Come on, like I know they've kind of redone this particular sword for the Ravencrest sword. Come on, that is a cool sword. Like all the stuff in here was cool looking. So yeah, you can just open this up and possibly put the boss right there, or just skip him entirely. There's none that says we need to have all these bosses. And then you get a choice of like, oh well, when do we fight the various dragons that are floating around doing dragon things? You know, ideally you'd take them on one by one. Since I'm just running through here, I'm just gonna run all the way to Chromagus' room. You can get them all. So yeah, we just go through, we get all this. Summon that guy on us. Oh no, I'm stunned. Whatever will I do? It's the worst day ever. But yeah, you can totally keep about the same number of mobs through there, all this trash. You know, the idea of having two bosses like right in the same room that you might need to, you know, juggle to figure out who goes where. Especially with a bunch of really dangerous, almost mini boss level mobs at the very end. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Styling's Impending Scarab. That thing has such good itemization in Classic. We'll take a closer look at some of these things here in a minute. Goblet Sky Delomentium. So yeah, like if you turned that into a good high quality, you know, change the model a little bit, add a little more, a few more pixels to it, come on, that's really good. It's really cool looking. You know, you could put tier 3 in here, or sorry, tier 2 in here, you know, or even another recolor of tier 1. We can have good old Chromagus here. Got his little claw dagger. You know, all that. And, I mean, there's a few other things in here. Like, oh, let's go items, filter. No, I'm going to go main hand. I'm going to go two-handed axes. Went too far because I've got them here. Yeah. So, like, this is a trash drop from here. You can make that a boss drop, and that would look so cool if redone. Same with this Drake Talon Cleaver. Again, just make it something a little more high res. Be looking real sharp. I made that, I think. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, come on. Like, this is going to be one of the fancy axes from Midnight. It's a raid axe. There's this Harathi great axe. There are these weird moon cleavers. You're telling me that those look better than this? Better than this? Better than this? Come on. Come on. We know that's so much better. You know, bring back big axes to World of Warcraft. So yeah, I've made no mistakes. God, they really did the Black Dragonflight dirty with Cataclysm.
Let the game.
Like they kind of brought it back just because Rathian's such a little conniving bitch, and you know, so is Baron Silver in some ways, but Evan Horn is just, yeah. I mean, he's nice, but he's not really like Black Dragonflight manipulating things behind the shadows like they used to be cool. Like Anixia was so cool that she's all like, I'm gonna control everything in Stormwind. I'm going to screw up. I'm gonna make this Van Cleef guy a problem. I'm going to make everything a problem. You know, there was a possibility that Megara Grimtotem might have been a black dragon. Would have been cool if she was, just saying. You know, so they've got a, they had something really fun with the black dragons, and I think they lost that. But yeah, maybe change this fight so there's a lot less roleplay before the dragon comes down. But I mean, it doesn't even need to be a dragon. Then again, you know, I mean, you can absolutely throw so much of this into, like, the Caverns of Time.
Do you hear? Nothing!
What a Zealous Sword. And, yeah, we could have just done a lot with it. And I really do think that it would make a pretty good Mythic Plus dungeon, just because, you know, you can go in, clear this room, maybe have some trash in here. I really like the idea of a goblin-made dragon, a mechanical goblin dragon. That would be just so cool to fight. Then you get into the Halls of Strife. This is where most of your trash is going to be. You know, either go through all this or, you know, just unlock that. Just unlock that. In through the laboratories, you know, where we've got the rest of our trash. So we can just have that door there, and we can totally skip out on this entire section. We can just have the door here, have the one little dragon or something else here, get up here, take out this next one, get to the lair, take out this guy, this guy, this guy. I mean, technically it would be a lot of freaking bosses, so it might work out better as a mega dungeon, but it does have potential. So, I'm going to enjoy the view, and you all get to tell me what you think. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, dislike. Apparently it drives engagement, and the more people that can hear me talk about stupid crap, the happier I am, and you want me to be happy because you care about me. I love you all. Good night.